Hello everyone, this is Core Pulmoney. I'm here with my third video. This video is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss map. My opponent is going to be the Masters player Happy Time. He is a 570 point Masters. I'm currently sitting at about 570 myself, so we're about equal in terms of skill level and everything else. Now I know lots of Zerg, especially from Platinum up, have a hard time playing against Protoss. It seems a little weird, but it seems that once you get to higher levels, Protoss become better at defending themselves and everything, so also Zerg have a real big problem. And this video is basically going to be about how to properly go up against a Protoss, and at least the way that I play it. Hope this helps out a couple of you guys. I know some people are having a really hard time with Protoss, and I hope this helps. So we're gonna get the game started. Just production tab, average thing going on, getting drones, doing split, nothing different. Now this map is Backwater Gulch. Protoss really like to play on this map simply because their natural has these really good choke points here, which makes it very easy to defend with force fields and other things. It also makes it incredibly risky for a Zerg because a 4-gate can be very, very powerful on this map, simply because once again of these choke points. So we're going to go through this game, nothing really going on real quick. I'm doing my average thing, getting 9 drones, then getting an Overlord. I'm trying to micro my lanes as much as possible, just doing a good amount of APM spam like always. So here we go, he's sending out his drone right after he bolts the pylon, not a bad idea for Protoss on this map. Still doing his average thing, it's probably going to chrono boost out to, yep, here it comes, chrono boost, average thing. So he's playing standard, I'm playing standard. Nothing too funky going on. I'm making my other drones. Now, I see this drone come in already. This tells me a couple things. It tells me right away that he scouted the correct way. It doesn't mean that I know where he is, but because of how fast he got here, he's probably either going to be in one of these two positions. He's probably not going to be across positions because it would take him a much longer time to get to my base. Also, I see this drone here, and because he is at Master's level, I'm not even going to attempt to go for a 14 hatch. It's not worth the effort, because chances are I won't get it. Excuse me there, I had to sneeze. Chances are I won't get the 14 hatch, because he's going to be very attentive, he's going to pay attention, he's going to make sure I don't get it, and if I go for the 14 hatch, I'm probably going to be down minerals. And then if I try to send 2 drones to try to kill him, there's a very good chance he's just going to drop a pylon and run away, and well, then that just sucks. So we're going to keep playing, and I'm decided that I'm going to do a 14 pool on this map, just so I don't have to deal with anything crazy, and he doesn't have a chance to really block my hatchery. You see guys positioning his drone, so he's going to go here, and he's just going to go ahead and put it down right here already, even though he hasn't scouted the spawning pool, just as a preemptive measure. Not a bad idea. So I'm putting up my spawning pool, he's putting down a gateway. So nothing too abnormal, he's getting first assimilator, everything's standard so far. So I see this, I scout his base, and let's see what I've seen so far. So I've seen the gateway, I've seen an assimilator, I've seen his drones. That tells me he's probably not going for any sort of cheese. There's not going to be any proxy 2-gate, there's not going to be any cannon rush, nothing funky like that. So I'm really happy to hear about that. So we're going to keep playing, go back to everybody's view. Still in the production tab, I'm getting my spawning pool. He's still getting his gateway and assimilator. He's still droning, or probing, whatever you want to call it if you're Protoss. I'm not putting any drones on gas because I don't want that gas yet. I want to have all minerals so I can go ahead and get that hatchery as soon as possible. So I'm getting another drone to get to 17. He's still scouting around, but you see if anything funky is going on. Now, I'm immediately getting my queen. I'm not getting Zergling speed because I don't have the gas, and I don't particularly like opening with speedlings against Protoss. And I'm getting my link. So I'm still scouting, and I saw the cybernetics core and I saw a second gas. This is what I want to see. Now, lots of Zerg really like to steal that second gas, and on larger maps, you know something? It's not necessarily a bad idea, because 4-gate is going to be delayed simply because of the run distance, and it's going to help a little bit. But on a map like this, where he's right here, this is not a very far run position. A 4-gate is still incredibly powerful because of this position, and it's just incredibly powerful on this map. I don't want to even give him the inkling to go 4-gate. I don't want him to go 4-gate, simply because I want to play more into a mid to late game against Protoss. So he's playing, doing his average thing. He's running his probe away because about now my Zerglings will be coming out. So he's going to save that probe. Good job by him. So I'm here. I don't see him. I'm happy. Sending out a drone. I'm going to grab that hatchery right now. So I'm going to keep droning up. Keep droning up. So I saw the second gas. I'm not too worried about a 4-gate. So I feel free just to go ahead and drone. But you got to be careful about that. You can't always, count on that. So now I'm sending my 2 Zerglings out because I don't like this probe chasing my drone. Getting another queen. Now I'm getting another queen. Now the reason why I'm getting this other queen is because I want that queen to be here when that hatch finishes. I'm going to drop a creep tumor, and then I'm going to go over where this hatchery is, just so I don't have to wait for another queen for more spawn larvae. I'm getting a little high on minerals. I wasn't particularly paying attention when I should have, and that was my mistake. I should be grabbing a roach warren any second now. Oh, and there goes the drone. Grabbing a roach warren. I am going to grab a gas as well, since I will need gas to get roaches. Now, I'm not controlling both Xel'Naga watchtowers, simply because I didn't feel the need to because of this. I also sent out these 2 Zerglings to go ahead and just attack, move around the map. Any place you might put a proxy pylon, just to be safe. Good places to put them are back here. They like to put them here, on top, right here is a good spot. And just even back here in sort of areas. I'm also scouting over here, on this area, and up and around here, just to make sure there's no proxy pylon, so nothing funky is going on, like if it was like a heavy sentry build 4-gate, which is still entirely possible. So I'm going to keep droning, I'm getting the creep tumor drops. Now it's very important to connect your main and your natural if you're Zerg, because especially in the early and mid game, because it allows for a decreased runtime for reinforcements and everything else. So I'm running my queen over here, and she's going to have just enough energy to spawn larvae as soon as this thing pops. Boom, boom, spawning larvae. Great. I'm feeling good. So I'm going to keep droning. I'm going to keep droning because I feel pretty confident that he's not going to 4-gate. Now, if he did 4-gate, I would have probably lost this game already. But I haven't seen anything move across the map. I haven't got any proxy pylons, so I'm feeling pretty confident that it's not a 4-gate. So I'm going to send these 2 Zerglings to go scout up his ramp pretty soon, just to make sure, just to be safe. So I'm scouting up the ramp. We're going to pause it right here. We're going to go to my view and we're going to see what I see. So I see 2. And I caught a glimpse of those other 4. So he has 4 sentries. I'm almost positive he is not doing a 4-gate. I am feeling good. So I do that. I'll run these drones over here just to see what's going on. Just backing up. Still droning because I feel safe. He's getting hallucination. Good choice. And so now he's going to go ahead and put down his Nexus. And he has lots of sentries. So I'm still going to keep droning. Now I'm already upgrading to lair, because I want that lair tech. I'm grabbing another gas. I've been spawning larvae and droning. Now one thing I forgot to mention, when this hatchery first pops, it's a good idea to go ahead and send the rally point for both hatcheries to this base, and just get a couple of drones on there to get the extra mineral income. So, I'm droning up, I'm about to get more on gas, but I haven't done it just yet. Now I'm going to drop 2 Evo chambers. I'm going to tell you why. Now, I dropped these 2 Evo chambers because, a 6-gate is also very possible on this map, and it is very powerful on this map. And I like to go ahead and be aggressive versus toss, so I am setting up for a +1/1 roach mid-game pressure push. Now, it's not going to be an all-in push or anything funky like that. It is simply meant to put pressure on the Protoss. And on cases, yes, it has won the game because it is a very powerful push. But it's also an incredibly good defense against a 6-gate. Simply because if you do it correctly, and as you can see, I have no attacking units right now. I got nothing. Okay, so if he chose to go ahead and push out right now, I'd be forced to pump roaches as fast as I possibly could. Because I would need to defend. But he doesn't seem to be going that way. He's warping in some zealots, he has some sentries out. Not exactly a very good attacking force, and by the time they got across the map, I'd scout it and I'd be able to react to it properly. So he's getting his Nexus up and everything else. Now also, when I get to lair, I'm not going to get burrow. Because for this +1/1 roach push, what you actually want is speed for faster reinforcements. I think speed is a better choice early game rather than late game. I know a lot of people say that burrowed roaches is the best defense, against a 6 gate, but with the build that I go, I can defend against the 6 gate without having to get burrow. And actually, because I get the +1/1 and the speed, it allows me to defend the 6 gate, beat it off, and then I can do an immediate counterattack and usually end the game because he won't have enough units to defend. He's getting his forge out, so nothing too out of the ordinary just yet. Still spawning larva. Now this creep tumor has gone down here already, so I do have my creep tumors connected. I'm still going to drone up a bit, just a little bit more, and I'm getting some more overlords because I have the extra gas. Minerals, I'm sorry. And here we go, look, I'm getting +1, +1, and roach speed. So I'm planning to do a pressure build. Another thing, when you're defending against any sort of 6 gate or pressure against Protoss on this map, if you can, you want to defend here on top of the ramp. Just a friend of mine, guys. So we're here. You want to defend on the top of this ramp, because back here is choke point. It's a little bit cramped, and it gives the Protoss a pretty big advantage in terms of force fields. But if you can engage him here at the ramp when you have the high ground to the advantage, it really works in your favor. It makes it very hard for him to get up this ramp. And it applies both ways. So when I do my roach push, I want to get up this ramp as fast as possible, and hopefully he's not in position. That's what I'm hoping for, because then I can do some real damage. So now, as you can see, I'm fully saturated on both bases. I'm pumping out upgrades, and now I'm just pumping roaches, because that's all I need. Now, it's really bad when you're getting units just to have them sit around and do nothing. I have these rocks that lead easy access to my third, so I'm going to start breaking those rocks down. So I'm breaking those roaches down. I'm also getting an overseer. Now, I'm getting this overseer because it is also very popular for Protoss to transition into a dark shrine. And DTs at this part of the game can be incredibly devastating because they can screw it up, they're macroing, and they get like 20 drone kills, and you're pretty much done, because then they can just go ahead and attack, and you won't have the resources to reinforce your defense at all. So I'm still knocking down these destructible rocks. I still have this place controlled. I still have my overseer just sitting here. Now honestly he should have been over here, but he wasn't because I wasn't paying attention with him. Hold on, I'm just going to change something real quick. I'm busy. So these rocks are still going down, my upgrades are still getting done. Now I have another queen for creep spread, and the first thing I want to do is spread creep this way, because this is where I'm going to take my third when I push. I have creep going down the ramp now, so I'm in a pretty good position right now. I'm not feeling too uncomfortable. I don't think a 6 gate will be coming, even though I'm still preparing for it. I'm still just pumping roaches because I have nothing better to do with them. So I'm pumping roaches. Now I'm going to tell you why I like to put pressure on the Protoss when I do this push. The reason is because I don't want him to go ahead and play macro style. If he sees me grabbing a quick third, then he's going to feel comfortable enough to also grab a quick third, and generally he's right. He'll be able to defend it, especially on this map because of those very small choke points leading to the third. It's very difficult to attack a Protoss third on this map. So I want to stay on 2 bases, and I want to build up roaches. And he hasn't scouted the mass roaches yet. So he is getting +1 attack. If he scout around or whatever, he has built a robotics facility, so he's definitely not going for a 6 gate, but I haven't scouted it. So I'm not feeling too bad right now. He's getting a second assimilator up, he's still getting probes. There it goes. And I have a whole bunch of roaches now. Now we're at 10 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. And I have 33 roaches. That's pretty impressive. Now, if I was able to get a 14 hatch, I probably would have had about 10 more roaches than I do now. And I probably would have already grabbed my expo. But as you can see, I'm getting ready to push.